Welcome to Bloom. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amber Freeman, and I'm so glad you're here. Sometimes it seems no matter how good everything is going in our lives, we just feel like we're maybe stuck in a rut. Something we can't quite put our finger on, but deep down, we're craving a little bit of that adrenaline rush to jolt us back to life. You know, I know, and turns out there is some science behind why this works. To explain, we welcome a neuropsychiatrist and author of the Neuroscience of a Bucket List, Getting the Most from Your Brain and Life, Dr. Jeffrey DeSarbo. Doctor, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Okay, just hearing the word bucket list excites me. We're going to get to that. But first, let's talk about this feeling of needing that. I said adrenaline, but I think novelty is probably a better word.
Novelty is one of the key components of a bucket list. It's something that we start off having as children. Our brains are ready to form all these connections and everything, so children want to try everything, right?
Yes.
And that's because they're wiring their brains. And then life goes on, and our brains like to become efficient, so sometimes some people shy away of taking some chances, doing some riskier things, and that is kind of something that is related to us wanting to be very efficient with our brains, but it's also something that affects how we go through life. And we need the novelty to keep our brains healthy.
Well, what would you describe novelty as being? Because I think everybody has a different idea.
Well, novelty is getting out of a routine. It's about doing something new, something different. It might be driving a different way home. It could be going to a different restaurant, taking, some people take the same vacation year after year, and they get used to it. They know what, they get comfortable in that situation. So novelty is pushing your comfort zones, doing something that's a little bit challenging. And as you keep doing this in life, if you're somebody who keeps pushing and developing that, once again, it keeps your brain connections firing off in very good ways.
Which is what we want.
Right. Yeah.
But it does seem like that, and I'm sure we can all think of people in our lives, maybe even ourselves. Some people are creature of habit.
Right.
They want to do the same thing all day, every day. Going outside that comfort zone is scary. And then there's other people who love change and want that constant change and difference and doing all the things, and I guess firing up our brains.
Right. And when you say there are some people, I'm always hearing it as there are some brains.
Oh, yeah, because that would make sense with you.
Right.
So you think this is something that's actually wired in our brains?
It is wired in our brains, but it's also how we decide to wire our brains. And that's why working with the basic framework of a bucket list gives us the intentionality to make choices to push ourselves out of our comfort zones, which again is something that I think is always important for anybody throughout their lives.
Does it have to be something big and extravagant?
No, not at all. In fact, that's one of the most common misconceptions is bucket list means, fancy, expensive trips around the world, skydiving, bungee cord jump. No, it can just be going to a park you've never been in, watching a sunset and paying attention to it if you've never done that, noticing things that you've never noticed. More recently, last year, I took 16 weeks of acting lessons.
Oh.
No interest in becoming an actor or anything. It was on a telephone pole. I ripped it off. I called it. And the reason I did it was the challenge. It was something I've never done, and it was going to be out of my comfort zone, and it was one of the most amazing experiences I've had.
Oh, so we know who to call when we have a play here in town.
No.
we have a new actor. You said it rewires the brain, but what is that actually doing? What are the benefits for our emotional, our mental, our physical health?
Right. Well, today's world, everybody is very stressed. I recently wrote an article about how anxieties are the most contagious psychiatric condition. It's doubled since 2000, the rates of anxiety in the general population. So it's good for our emotional health because bucket list really does instill this. We can do something that we have created intentionally, something meaningful, purposeful for us. And as soon as somebody starts thinking about, what do I want to put on my bucket list, the dopamine starts to change in the brain. And we start thinking on different pathways rather than let me just focus on what seems to be going wrong in the world.
Let me ask you, there's sayings that go around that if something scares you, that means you should do it. So do you believe that?
Well, I would have to say yes, because I realize that. And I'm almost the type of person that, I'm not a fan of heights, but I remember I was in New Zealand, and I went bungee cord jumping. And just walking up that bridge, I had to keep telling myself, just don't look down. When I was standing at the ledge ready to jump, just don't look down. They actually caught me when I did look down swearing, you know, scared the heck out of me. But I did it, and it was the most incredible experience, and I felt it, that the way I felt, my brain just felt something really incredible.
Do you think so many of us maybe kind of limit our life experiences because we're afraid to step outside that comfort zone?
Absolutely. I would say even one of my concerns is that's happening to the younger generations more than ever. Because again, with kind of this change and what's in the air right now, ever since the year 2000, that's changed. People are looking and they're seeking comfort. They're less willing to explore, to find novelty. And so it does concern me and worry me.
Well, we're going to work on that because you're sticking around, and we're going to talk more about bucket lists and all of these good changes and taking the risk. We'll share all this info on BloomTampaBay.com, and stay with us because the doctor is sticking around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Bloom. Dr. Jeffrey DeSarbo is back with us. He's a neuropsychiatrist and author of the Neuroscience of a Bucket List, Getting the Most from Your Brain and Life. Now, before the break, we discovered why we crave adventure. Now we're going to dive into a great way to set that into motion and dissect our bucket list. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
This is such a fun conversation.
We can go on for hours.
Well, you were talking about how good it is for our brain even to just start putting an adventure or a plan into motion. A bucket list, I think most people often think, is the extreme end of life list that we want to fulfill before we go. But how would you describe it?
Yeah, people often think the 2000 movie, The Bucket List, popularized, exploded the term. And in that movie, of course, they were, you know, reaching the end of their life, so they had to check these things off their list. But that's really not what a bucket list is about. You know, I use an acronym for what a bucket list is called INPIG, I-N-P-I-G, which is when I do lectures, I show this mechanical drawing of a pig and a carrot. We all need a carrot that helps us get through life, the carrot at the end of the stick. How do we endure our day-to-day lives, the stressors? So INPIG means the key components of anything on a bucket list is first that it's intrinsic, meaning it's about you. You're making this list. You're not doing it for anything else. The N is the novelty, which we've discussed, how important that is. The P is what's the purpose? What's the purpose for you? The I is for intentionality, and that's the big thing today, is we often feel we don't control so much of what's going on in the world. But with a bucket list, you control that. You're deciding what goes on in the list, what you want to do next. And the G is gratitude, because when you start thinking this way, it brings so much gratitude even in what you're doing on a day-in and day-out basis, aside from what you may do with a real bucket list goal.
Which makes sense because you start to notice and appreciate all the little things around what's going on. And then also, you talked about the benefits that it has for our brain and rewiring it, so it seems like you'd be more apt to recognize what's going on. Yeah,
that's the key component. And anyone who even hears this today, I know, as soon as they hear a discussion on it, they start thinking, what would I put on my bucket list?
That is so true. And then, you know what? That leads right into a question that is going to hopefully help all of us. How do we identify our bucket list style?
Right. Styles is interesting because I always say you want to have a little bit of everything, okay? But people tend to lean towards one style or another, and there's a hierarchy. And again, I have something called a brain framework to think about it. The B stands for balance. Some people create a bucket list that creates balance in their life. Mindfulness training, yoga, nature walks.
Okay?
Retreats, right. The R is those risk-taking adventurous. I want to go skydiving, fly in an airplane.
Or like you, bungee jumping.
Right, or trying, you know, Thai food if you've never had it and you worry about the spiciness. Then there's the A, which is for academics and achievements and learning. These are the people who I want to learn a new language. I want to learn how to start a different type of business, or going to dance or acting lessons. Okay. The I is for identity, and it's things you want to do, the legacies that you may want to leave. Identity is also with relationships. How do I relate to others? How do I want people to relate to me? And the N goes back to novelty, which that's why we keep repeating that, because that's one of the key components. And if there's one thing I want people to think about if they listen to this, I have to start doing different things. I can't get too comfortable. That because that novelty also helps make a person very resilient,
Yes.
whether they're 6 years old or 60 years old.
It's so true. I like that you end it with the novelty, because I was about to ask you, what if we want to do all of the things?
Well, you should.
Okay,
good. Because when you do
with
all
permission.
of this, when you do all of things, it works all the different parts of your brain. And that's discussed in the book, too. And that's, like I said, one of the things of writing this as a neuropsychiatrist is trying to say, well, how does this help your brain, and how does it help your emotional well-being? So.
Well, how does it affect our relationships? Because I feel like you could do them together with whether it's family, friends, partners.
Yeah, well, that's a great thing. So many times one person starts this, you just can't help but share this. And the brain part goes back to the I with relationships. When you start doing things together, it works the parts of your brain, the chemicals like oxytocin and serotonin, that you feel connected. And if you think about where we've been headed with technology and everything, people are losing their connections with each other.
Yes.
And when you see this, you start just even having a conversation, not even what do we want to do together, what's on your bucket list, and then at least if we should do that together. That's what I'm saying. Just the topic starts improving a person's life with themselves and with others.
That's so fun. That's an actual good conversation starter, just if you're meeting somebody for the first time.
Yeah.
Because then imagine you start to realize what you have in common. Maybe even you set out plans to do them together. I mean, already my brain's spinning, and I'm sure so many of our viewers are as well. This is something we could start right now today.
Yeah. Actually, I have somebody who helps me on my website that I put up a starter kit for free. It's like 33 pages.
Up to how to do this.
Just that starter kit's going to get dopamine flowing and everything. And like I said, it is one thing to put in someone's life right now to start thinking in this manner that really can help cope with the day in, day out stressors that we go through.
I say we do a bucket list item every day. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
I feel like I'm in such a good mood. I'm ready to go do things.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll share all this info on BloomTampaBay.com. But before we go to break, it's time for today's Bloom Trivia question. And of course, it has to do with bucket list.